Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed your weekend. We are in the last week of October here. It's going to be November on Friday. So hope that you've really been enjoying this fall. Well, a couple of reminders. Speaking of October, it is Walktober, and we are wrapping that up in these next few days. So I know we have a lot of people participating. Let's make sure we all finish strong. Remember, it's not necessarily just about winning, although for some of us, maybe it is, but it is about increasing our level of activity, and that is good for all of us. So finish strong this Walktober. And then playing up all of the things October, Croctober is coming up on Wednesday in our offices. There's still time to sign up to bring something to participate in Croctober. If you don't want to make a crock pot thing, you can still show up, maybe wear some Crocs, right, Carl? That's an option as well, and celebrate Croctober with us on Wednesday. And speaking of food, we have the Abdo cookbook. We did have the cutoff for that extended, and today is now the real and final deadline. So the cookbook is going to be provided internally to all of you, which is really fun to flip through and see some of the recipes from your coworkers. I will share. I'm going to include a cinnamon roll recipe because that feels appropriate coming from me. But it's really fun to look through and see that. But it's also going to our clients. Our clients are going to receive this. Some of our clients, we don't send it to every client, but our clients that we send holiday gifts to, they are going to get this cookbook, and how fun for them to look through and see names that they recognize. So that's why we're really trying to get good participation on this. Think about how it'll feel for your clients to flip through and see a recipe that's special to you and your family, even if it is something like opening a bag of pizza rolls and putting that on a pan in the oven. Make it fun. We look forward to seeing that come together. So today is truly the final deadline for that. Please get that in. I also just really wanted to share quickly an update from our Utah office. We were able to send some of our furniture from Edina out to our Utah office. So as we're going to be doing our remodel here, we recognized that we had some furniture that wasn't going to get used. Thankfully, a big thanks to Ann Behrens for offering up her partner Tim to take a truck and bring it out to Utah and unload and get it all set up in Utah. And John was there to help. I really want to say a big thank you for this process to Chloe Hansen for helping to arrange and get all of that set up as well. Very exciting to see it to come together. And Jake Holmquist will be going out in a couple of weeks to help from a technology perspective, but seeing that office come together is certainly exciting. So I wanted to share just a couple of pictures quickly so that you could see it is still needing a little more decoration and so forth, but it is coming together. And so you can see the lobby space, and then, whoops, here we go, John's office as well. So exciting to see that come together. All right, well, those are my updates here before we fully step into the agenda. I'm going to hand it over now to Catherine for a recruiting update.
Okay, I shared my screen there. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to pop on here and do a quick reminder about our referral program. I know I always hop on a few times a year, but we've had a lot of new hires join us, and it's always just a great reminder for everyone. So have this slide up, but just a reminder that even for referral candidates who are interviewed, you all get $100 back in your pocket. We've found that, of course, our referral program, talented people refer talented people. So it really works well for us. That's why I always like to do the reminder. It works well. We get to grow our team, get additional talented people. Plus it's money back in your pocket. So again, $100 when your referral candidate is interviewed, and then the actual bonus that's paid out if the referral is hired can range from $500 to $9,000. That just depends on the level of the position that is filled and that difficulty level that is behind filling that position. So just a reminder on that, the full policy is on Connect as always, but keep referring really strong individuals to the team. We've had a lot of great new hires recently and have a bunch coming up too. So, and then always just reference our careers page for any of our open positions at Abdo that we're trying to fill, and feel free to share those out with your networks at any time too. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great week.
Thanks,
Oh,
Catherine.
I think it's back. Is it to Leah next?
I'll take it, Catherine. Thank you. Yes, definitely appreciate those referrals. Yeah, so now Leah, I'm going to invite Leah to join me here a little to talk about a post that hopefully all of you saw on Connect about Torch, the timesheet committee. So people really should read Connect. I don't really want to give them a pass on that, Leah, but if you could just describe briefly what is the Torch the Timesheet initiative and why is the committee being formed for it?
Yeah. And this is a plug. Go out and read. I think it looked this morning like a lot of people had checked it out, and hopefully it's creating some kind of exciting buzz around the firm. But Torch the Timesheet is really sort of our next step in the initiative that at a leadership team and firm level, we've set a strategy that for the last couple of years, we really want to focus on outcomes and the value we create for our clients and the expertise we bring for our clients. And we're really recognizing that that is not necessarily directly related to the hours. Just the number of hours, or that we create value in a lot of different ways. And this, tracking hours versus outcomes is important because we care about outcomes at the end of the day. And so the Torch the Timesheet initiative is really going to be sort of a firm-led initiative. So if you think a little bit of like the DE&I committee, which has been really successful here at Abdo, where we want to pull together the right people within the firm to really bring ideas and creative solutions to move the firm forward in this broad initiative of how do we kind of take the way we operate and the way we look at the work we do and shift it really to results, as opposed to this pure hour initiative. We really expect this to be a long-term goal that will continue to work forward. So if you think of the DE&I committee, that was something that we knew we were going to just take progressive steps year over year to try to move toward a long-range goal, that it wasn't going to be a snap our fingers and solve the issue that day. But we're really excited to get this group together. This committee will start meeting more frequently in the first year or two, but we're really focusing on trying to reimagine a firm that wouldn't require timesheets. What might that look like? What other things within our internal process structure and the way we work and interact with our clients and each other, what would need to change? And what are some baby steps we can start taking over the next few years to try to move ourselves in that direction? And so really looking forward to that. The committee will start meeting here in November. It's comprised by a wide group of people from all areas of the firm with lots of different perspectives. And will also be, I would anticipate for a lot of you that, you may be asked what you think by a lot of those committee members. So just be prepared to bring some great ideas, and we're really excited for that discussion.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. I know that at Leadership, Leah, you and I we've spoke about a couple of things with this. One, how we know this is something that requires input from a lot of people, right? We didn't want to just keep this conversation at the partner level or within the leadership team. We know that getting different perspectives from different areas within the firm, different roles within the firm would help to look at this fully. And I think you said it well here of this is going to be a long-term process, right? But several years ago, our partner and manager group we had an outside consultant come in called SIT that was Systematic Inventive Thinking. And what they had us do is really practice innovative thinking. And what they did is they had us map out a process. And then they said, well, now take out something from that process. So the example they gave was like a grocery store. What if we took out of the process of going to the grocery store the shopping cart? What would have to look different for that experience? And I think that's what's exciting about this is it doesn't necessarily mean, hey, that tomorrow the shopping cart is going to be gone, or that tomorrow the timesheet is going to be gone, but that by going through this process to say, well, what if we didn't have timesheets? What would we have to do differently to make sure that we're still successful serving our clients, that we're still profitable and growing and all of those things? I'm curious for you, Leah, what do you see what are you most excited about getting this group together? What are you most anticipating with this?
Yeah, I think the reality is that while a lot of organizations and professional service firms, I mean, we as CPAs and accountants are not alone in this reliance on timesheets. Engineers, attorneys, most professional service firms really rely on detailed timekeeping. But we know that there's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of change that's happening in this area. And so what I'm most excited about is if we can really think creatively and innovate and figure out what that might look like if we were to get away from that sort of way of thinking about the work we do, I think we could be really different in a great way. I think we could, not only is it a benefit to sort of all of us if we can sort of put down the reliance on the timesheets, but I think the sort of result could be that we could be really, really great at the things that really matter. Client service, results, adding value, identifying the right things that our clients need at the right times. And so that's what's really exciting, is that we could be a firm that's very different in all the right ways. So that's what I'm excited about.
Thank you, Leah. Leah is the chair of the committee. So if you have any questions, you want to follow up with her more on this, please reach out to her. Looking forward to seeing and hearing the progress that will come from this. Thank you, Leah.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Now over to Ryan Miller for an update on R&D tax credits.
Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. And to answer any immediate questions, yes, these books behind me are real. And I do set up my computer like this to make me seem smarter than I really am. But just to give you a little discussion history about the R&D tax credits, I wanted to have this reminder as we're going into tax planning with our clients, just so that way, if there's anyone that thinks they might have someone or some company that qualifies, they can loop me in. We can discuss it on Teams. We can meet with that client, no problem. But to give you a brief history, this credit was enacted in the early 80s for the tech and auto industry, specifically to try and keep up with their foreign counterparts. It's designed to incentivize American businesses to keep innovation and research and development type jobs in the US. So typically the clients that we see qualify for this are software, engineering, especially manufacturing. And some things as you're having discussions with your clients that might tip you off is if they're talking about having issues developing a new XYZ. It could be a new product, a new formula, a new software, anything of that nature typically qualifies for the credit. And I hate to admit this, but it's true. Usually the bigger the headache it is for a client, the more likely they are to qualify, because that means they're having to evaluate alternatives, look at other designs, maybe look at other features, bring in people they weren't aware of they would need even. All of those things we can look at qualifying for the R&D credit. So we also have revamped the R&D portion on our website, as well as developed several PDF type one-pagers if you want to review them, or if you have clients who would like to view those as well. And a shout out to Ellie for taking my content-filled but not very pretty Word docs and transforming them into something that looks very nice and very presentable. But if anyone has any questions about the R&D credit, or if they think they have a company that qualifies, let me know and I'm happy to help.
That's awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate you and bringing your expertise for our clients on that. And you gave a shout out to Ellie for making us look good. Ellie does consistently make Abdo look good, and it is her birthday today. So everybody, a big shout out to Ellie for her birthday. And hopefully we can help her look good one way or another through all the ways we send her our birthday well wishes. All right, last but not least on our agenda today is Carl for an IT update.
Thank you, Jana. Because we are already at 9:15, I'm going to truncate my updates a little bit here. We're just going to cover the know before reminder for folks. We are at 76% completion for that learning track for October. Today is the last, I'm sorry, not today, but this week is the last week to get that training done in a timely fashion. So please, everyone, get that going and completed. It takes you about 7 minutes, I think, in my timeline. So it shouldn't be too bad. If not, I will bring you a crock filled with crocks that have been used. No, I wouldn't actually do that for Croctober, but I did get thinking about crocks in Croctober when Jana called me out there. So those are my updates for today, and I'll pass it back to Jana.
Excellent. Thanks, Carl. Yes, Know Before training is due October 31st. That's not a suggestion, that is a requirement. Please make sure you don't end up on the list getting an email from me or Steve McDonald saying, hey, you are overdue in this. The expectation is that they are completed. There was a full month for completion on that. So please just it's a matter of minutes, not hours, to get that completed. That does keep us secure and our clients' information secure as well. If there were to be a breach and we showed that we did not fulfill our requirement by having everybody complete that, that could definitely hurt the firm. And we certainly don't want to put our clients at risk or the firm at risk. So thank you for following through on that. All
And
right,
just to
we
elaborate
are.
on that real quick, Jana, too,
Yes, go
just
ahead,
to
Carl.
probably drive that home a bit more. What Jana's referring to is that our insurance carrier requires that we have people complete this and that we have an audit log for people completing this training. This is not just it's do it because it's, good for security awareness. It is good for security awareness, but this is an insurance requirement for us. What Jana's referring to is if we were to go through a breach and we need to have a massive payout of, some of these payouts can be millions of dollars. If we did not have a trail showing that security awareness was completed, they could potentially deny us coverage for that. So that's why this is as big of a deal as we're harping on this for it to be. So please get it done.
Yes, and we have talked about with that, if you do not have it completed, we may turn off your access to log into the cloud. So don't have that be the situation either. So please get that done. All right, with that being said, the world is super dark right now. I am trying to avoid the news, but it is out there, right? And so recognize that we can choose to live in that darkness or we can choose to be a light. And I encourage all of you to find some time to be a light for somebody else today. We need that. So take a few moments in your day to offer a word of encouragement, some thanks, a birthday well wish to Ellie or something. Go be a light and have a wonderful week. Thanks, everybody.